Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today I'm going to be doing my NFL Week 12 picks and predictions. Big week of football, a lot of divisional matchups this week that will help determine how this season plays out. A lot on the line in some of these divisional matchups. Let's get into my picks and predictions. Last week in Week 11, we went 11-3. Now in the season, the total is 106. For 60, or 106 and 60 is my win-loss record this year. Okay, all right. Let's start off with the game tonight. It's Pittsburgh and Cleveland. It's a divisional matchup. This one I don't think really means much. I mean, for Pittsburgh, if they were to lose this game, it definitely hurts, but they still have a strong lead on the Ravens, who are now 7-4. So I think if you're the Steelers, you still have a game lead and a tiebreaker over the Ravens if you lose this one. So it's not 100% a heartbreaker if they lose this game. But Cleveland really needs to win this football game unless they, if they want to stay in the playoff contention, which at 2-8, even if you get a win, it's still not looking great for Cleveland. I would say Cleveland definitely has a better shot in this game being at home compared to having to go to Pittsburgh, but I still am going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this one. All right, my Houston Texans going up against the Tennessee Titans. Go with the Texans all day. Texans looked better last week. Now you face another bad team. This one's at home and on the road. I'm going with the Texans. All right, Vikings, Bears. Look, another divisional matchup. I actually thought the Bears looked pretty solid against a good Packers team last week. But still, I think this is going to be an interesting game. I honestly think this is a close game. I'm going with the Vikings, but watch out for. I feel like Chicago could pull off a sneaky upset here with Chicago being at home, playing good football last week against Green Bay, and also two defenses who've been really solid. I mean, these are two of the best run defenses in football. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see, how things play out in this one. But I'm going with the Vikings. Another divisional matchup: Cowboys Commanders. It's been not so good for the Cowboys in these last couple weeks. 5 straight games trailing by 20 or more points. Commanders, these last couple weeks, it hasn't been great for them either, dropping 2 in a row. Dan Quinn coaching against his former team, the team he was the defensive coordinator for. I'm actually going to predict this is a closer game than people think. It's my prediction, to be honest. That's what I'm going with. I think this is like a 10-point game. And that's solid for what the Cowboys have been doing recently, getting their asses kicked every week. So honestly, I think the Commanders win this one pretty easily, but I think it's in the area of 8 to at the most 12 points. I don't think this is like a 20-point blowout for the Commanders. I think the Commanders get a dub and have a really good game. I just don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Cowboys are going to compete a little bit, but the Commanders are going to do enough to get a win and win in the area of 8 to 12 points. All right, Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins are red hot. Offense is completely different with Tua compared to without. I mean, 4 games with Tua back. They're 2-2 as a team. First 2 games they lost to 2 really good teams against Arizona and Buffalo, but scored 27 points in both of those games. Then the next week, Monday Night Football against a red-hot Rams team, beat them, put up 23 points on the board against a solid Rams defense. Then last week, I know it's the Raiders, but scored 34 points against the Raiders. This offense is completely different with Tua compared to without. The Dolphins were able to beat the Patriots without Tua. That was in New England. I think the Dolphins are going to win easy against the Patriots. All right, Chiefs, Panthers. Everybody predicting this to be a blowout. Come on. You really think this is going to be a blowout? I know there's a lot of idiots out there taking the Panthers to win just because they hate the Chiefs so bad. I'm not going to do that. I'm obviously picking the Chiefs to get a win here. But the people that are saying, the Chiefs are going to win this game by 30, 40 points, I think to even say the Chiefs will win this game by 20 or 20 more than More than 3 scores is ridiculous. I think this is going to be, at the most I see, the most I see the Chiefs winning this game by is in the area of 10 to 14 points. 10 to 14 points at the most. And here's why. Panthers, as of late, these last couple weeks, have been playing better football. Not only that, but the Chiefs struggle against bad teams. Like the Chiefs played the Raiders about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They only beat the Raiders by 7. I mean, the same Raiders team the Panthers beat by like 3 scores. It was like 36 to 14 or something like that. So we saw the Panthers trounce the Raiders. The Chiefs only beat them by 7. That's not me saying the Panthers are a better team than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs, my point is the Chiefs have struggled to get dominant wins. You look at the Detroit Lions, they just beat the Jaguars 52-6. They beat the Cowboys by 38, 47-9. They beat the Titans by 38, 52-14. They've had some other big dominant wins. The Chiefs have not had that this year. Their biggest win is against a New Orleans Saints team at home with no Derek Carr for most of the fourth quarter, beating them by 13 points. That is their biggest margin win this season. A same Panthers team that just beat the Saints. So, look, I think Bryce Young and this Panthers team, Chuba Hubbard running very well recently, doing it very good and doing very good in the run game. I think the Panthers keep things competitive. And honestly, I think the Chiefs win this game. I'm not going to be a fool and not take them to win this game, as I hope they lose, but I'm not going to be a fool and take them to lose. But this is not going to be a blowout. This is going to be a competitive game. The Chiefs only have, the Chiefs are 9-1. They only have 2 double-digit wins. One was against a 49ers team who had none of their starting offense. And there's no Debo. There's no Debo. There was no Ayuk. There was no CMC. I don't think Trent Williams played either. The only guy the 49ers had was George Kittle. And the Chiefs only beat that 49ers team by 10. And then you also have them beating the Saints by 13 at home Monday Night Football, where Derek Carr did not play most of the fourth quarter. So they have not had big wins this year, and they've had tight wins against bad teams. I don't see that changing. All right, Bucks, Giants. Bucks need to get back on track. It's been rough these last couple weeks, and I see that happening this week. I got the Bucks taking down Mr. Danny DeVito. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Tommy DeVito, and the Bucks getting back on track and getting a win. Lions, Colts. Like I said, this is why you're going to see how the Lions are the best team in football. The Lions are about to just go into Indianapolis and absolutely frickin' trounce them. Meanwhile, I think you're going to see Kansas City only beat Carolina by an area of 10 to 14 points at the most. And that's why I think Detroit's the best team in football. They're going to trounce Indianapolis. Maybe Richardson can continue to play solid, but they don't got what it takes to match up against Jared Goff and the Lions. Broncos, Raiders. Raiders are at home, so I think this could be a little bit of a closer game than people think. I know the Broncos just trounced the Falcons, so I think this game's a little bit closer than people think. With the Raiders being the home team, but I still think the Broncos get a win easy here and sweep the Raiders this year. That's a big win in the AFC West. Another West matchup, you have the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. I love the Cardinals. I think they still might have a solid shot to win the division, even if they lose this game. Because, both teams would have the same record. But I favor the Seahawks in this game being the home team. We'll see what ends up happening on Sunday. All right, Packers, 49ers is going to be another really interesting one. Game of the week. Rematch of the divisional round. Jordan Love's getting his revenge. 49ers are getting more healthy. George Kittle's going to be back this week. So I think it's going to be a very competitive, good game. I think it's high scoring, too. I think the Packers win this one, though. and get the job done. Sunday Night Football, Eagles, Rams. I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going to go with the Rams beating the Eagles. I'm going with the Rams beating the Eagles. That's my biggest upset of the week. With how red hot I know the Eagles have been red hot recently, but I'm going with the Rams, who have also been red hot. Ravens, Chargers, the Harbaugh Bowl, Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh. Chargers at home. I'm going with the Chargers. Ravens to go to 7-5 after this loss. I'm going with the Chargers. Let me know your thoughts on my NFL Week 12 picks and predictions in the comment section, and peace out.